Today we want to have a look on wheat in the Bible. And so I'm going to read a verse from John chapter 12, verse 24. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except the grain of wheat falling into the ground die, it abides alone. But if it die, it bears much fruit. Wheat is the most precious grain in the Bible and speaks very often about the perfect humanity of the Lord Jesus. When we look in the Old Testament, we find there the meal or food offering that was made out of that fine wheat flour. The fine wheat flour was the purest flour they had at this time. And they need to purify the normal wheat flour in many steps in order to get this perfect fine wheat flour. And they were only allowed to use this perfect flour to make this meal offering. This meal offering speaks about the life of the Lord Jesus here on this earth. And so we see that even in the Old Testament, God took care that this meal offering with that fine wheat flour was a hint at the life of his Son here on this earth. What a great thought. On the other hand, we have here this verse in the New Testament where the Lord Jesus speaks about his death. And he used this wheat seed that need to put into the soil in order to get a new plant and new wheat. But that something is growing, this little seed, wheat seed, need to die. So we can say the fruit is a result of its death. And this is what the Lord Jesus is using here. He needed to die in order to bring fruit. He needed to die that people got the same nature as he had. Wheat produce only new wheat. In the same way, the Lord Jesus brings forth believers who have the same nature as him. When we believe in the Lord Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, we get this heavenly life that is according to his nature. So we can say that we are the fruit of his death. But the question is, do we live according to that heavenly nature that we have? What impact does the life of the Lord Jesus has in our lives? Are we willing to let him transform us and change our character and attitudes more and more into his image? Oh, let us encourage and ask for his help that we live to his glory day by day.